They say time is money. Why? Because you can easily convert time to money. They just forgot about one little thing. You can't convert it back. So what you can do about it? The most generic advice would be to just stop wasting time, whatever it means. Although, ironically, sometimes the best way to stop wasting time is to waste time. Waste a lot of time. Speaking of wasting time, they added this thing called Zapper. Right click to zap all connected blocks of the same type. Cool, I was slowly beginning to regret placing that green glass. It looks so ugly, but I didn't realize it until I built the whole thing, so yeah. And now I can easily get rid of that, but I don't think it's going to be useful elsewhere. I mean, I would love to use that to break that unnecessary ice, but the description clearly says all connected blocks, so it just would ruin the farm, no? No. I mean, yes, if you don't know how it really works, but otherwise, no, it won't. The description is a little bit misleading, to say at least. First of all, not all, but 164. But most importantly, if you say all connected blocks, you would expect, I don't know, all blocks that are connected to that block from all directions, not just one specific direction. But no, the blocks will start disappearing in a straight line until it will run out of blocks, and then it will start coming back. Like literally, who programmed this? Okay, don't get me wrong, this is great, this is actually what I needed. Because if I just make sure that the platform is 164 blocks long, I can make clean straight line cuts, and it works for fences as well. That can save probably like 20 hours depending on the size of the farm. And I would be slightly more happy if I could do that since the beginning and not after I did like 70% of the work by hand already. So you can have it back, Hypixel. I don't need your help anymore. Okay, give me 5 more minutes. Oh, and just to be clear, I still hate you. Now I would show me building the farm a time-lapse or some shit, but it would be boring, I decided. The only interesting part was when I entered like a billion farming contests by accident. And I even won a few silver medals by accident. That was quite funny, I decided. But the rest kinda boring. I will spare you that. So... Cool. It's hard to show the scale of this, but just imagine a default size island. 6.5 million blocks volume, all filled with cactus plants. From the bottom all the way to the top. Yeah, I know I wasted so much time on this, and I just hope it will work somehow, because if it doesn't, I will be sad. For like 5 minutes? But it will work, it has to work. Although the sad part is that this was the easiest part. Just placing blocks. The real challenge all along was the collection system. But not an ordinary collection system. I need to collect, smelt and dispense items. Okay, so smelt cacti because the price become like 8 times higher. And dispense them so I don't have to collect items to chests and empty those chests literally every 2 hours. Do you realize how much work that would be? Break like 400 chests and replace 400 chests and repeat in the next 2 hours. I wouldn't even last a day, that's how boring it would be. I am already bored by just trying to show you the example. So yeah, a collection system where everything I have to do is to just be rich. It must be hard. But yeah, sure, I can do that part. Oh yeah, right, collection system. In a perfect world, or pretty much any other world that isn't Hypixel, you can use water, hoppers, redstone, anything you want. On Hypixel, nothing pretty much. I explained it in the last episode, but basically, Hypixel servers are slow as fuck. Items in water move slow as fuck. After you place more than 1000 hoppers, then become slow as fuck. Redstone is slow as... Oh no wait, you barely can use redstone. Unless it's slow as fuck. Basically everything is slow as fuck, except item despawn time, which is fast as fuck, which makes creating collection system where everything is automated practically impossible on that scale. I mean, where do I even start? There's like 26,000 square meters to manage. I think I will look it up on the internet. Maybe some people had similar problems. Year 476, the fall of Western Roman Empire, with one of the reasons being overexpansion. With such a vast territory to govern, the empire faced an administrative and logistical nightmare. Even with their excellent road systems, the Romans were unable to communicate quickly or effectively enough to manage their holdings. That's why countries are divided into smaller units to make managing their land easier. Okay, yeah, that's cool I guess, but wasn't I supposed to be looking for some Minecraft tutorial? So first logical step in my position would be to divide the whole farm into smaller units and assign a hopper to each unit. That way I can at least secure the drops from the spawning. I mean, yeah, surprisingly that makes sense, but there is probably some ready solutions I can still go and find, and normally I wouldn't care too much about making things perfect, but we are too deep into it. Now everything counts. Even a little loss in efficiency is not only like a few wasted hours of placing cacti, but also will lead to the loss of millions of coins. I get the impression that no one is paying attention to what I'm saying, but there's still a Google logo next to me, and that means I can still... Okay, it's happening again. The size of each unit has to be perfect, and I need to know the exact output of each unit. How am I going to do that? I'm 2 steps ahead, I already did that. By running several very simple tests that consist of me measuring efficiency while I am standing next to the unit, and then on the opposite side of the farm, I was able to establish that the size of the unit where efficiency while I'm standing next to the unit was the same as I was far away was 7 by 7 square, with the output ranging from 15 to 25 cacti per minute. So now, instead of 26,000 square area, I have 529 7 by 7 units. Cool, I was hoping for something more like 9, but nah, that's fine. No, it's not. I have no idea how am I going to deal with that. But thanks to the fact that I already know the output of each unit, I can easily calculate how many units has to be connected to each furnace to provide a constant item flow. And although the process rate of each hyper furnace is around 2000 items per minute, items still must go through hoppers with process rate 150 items per minute. That means for every furnace there is 8 units to connect somehow. In a straight line that's 56 blocks. Too far to use just water and too far to place just hoppers. But what if I use water and only one hopper to collect items? Then use the hopper clock which doesn't use redstone power to shoot items across to another hopper, and so on until we reach the furnace where we would smelt items, to finally use another clock to dispense green dyes. Yeah, that's a good idea, if only there wasn't 529 units. And even using only 3 hoppers per unit is still way too much. And the only solution would be to somehow use one clock for more than one unit. But how? Hoppers are only 6 blocks apart, but that's still too far. I would have to use redstone power, which is very limited. It won't be enough for the whole farm. Well, I was really hoping that this would work. It's not going to work. And there goes my last idea. That's it. Now I just simply don't know. Huh? Huh? Wait, what? If the redstone power still isn't going up, it means that it wasn't because the hopper clock doesn't use redstone power, but because the comparators in general doesn't use redstone power. That's fucking huge. And you would probably think I would use that for the idea I just told you. I don't think you understand that idea. That idea is lame now. I have access to redstone. I can do everything now. Like, I don't know, a random idea. Let's say I would use that with droppers to make a line, place comparators on top and connect that to some redstone clock. The idea is that this comparator will make this dropper pass an item to the next dropper and power next comparator. Then next comparator will do the same thing for the next dropper and next comparator and so on. Makes sense, right? But let's don't forget we are still on Hypixel, so I wouldn't expect too much. Why? Just why? Why is this working? I literally never saw anyone using this. It's probably the dumbest way to transport items. Normally people use, I don't know, water? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Oh hey, Hypixel, I need to transport items for long distances. Can I use water? No. Oh, okay. So hopper? No. Oh, okay. I was going to ask about this. Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, okay, makes sense. And as far as I know, there is no limit on how many comparators or droppers you can place. But there's still something called lag. And just listen to this. Now imagine placing probably a few thousand of those. So obviously I still need to put a lot more thought into it. I can't just place a few thousand droppers with comparators on top and hope it will work somehow. Okay, I just placed a few thousand droppers with comparators on top hoping it will work somehow. Okay, what the fuck? I did it as a joke that wasn't supposed to be working. Well, I never thought it would come to this, but thank you, Hypixel. Very cool. Oh, yeah, I should probably tell you what I did. So this is the plan of the whole farm where... Okay, basically, if those things were representing these things, it would be something like that. But what all of this means is that I have 67 hyper furnaces working non-stop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at full efficiency, which is the efficiency of the hopper, which is 150 items per minute, making approximately 50 millions every single day forever, or until the price will drop. But even then it will still make a decent amount. Anyway, it was so weird testing it for the first time. I didn't even know if it was working or not, so I just hopped in and went to YouTube to watch 1 or 2 videos and came back like 20 minutes later to full inventory filled with enchanted green dyes. That's like an instant million coins out of a thin air for doing nothing. That may seem like almost not fair, but really that's a result of a lot of wasted hours of not only building the farm but also thinking, planning everything, coming up with a better and better idea. Yeah, I think it's just not fair. Well, I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy that it's actually working and rich. Oh no wait, that wasn't even real life. I'm actually broke AF. How long it have been? Oh shit, I need to make this video fast. Fuck.